Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and share.
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let's continue with subtopic 9.2 Human Reproductive System. Okay, alright, so here reproduction and development in human. As you know, for male, they may produce the gamete called sperm, which is haploid, and then for female, it must produce an egg. Okay, this is the female gamete, and the formation of sperm and egg we call as gametogenesis, mean process producing gamete, or in specifically for produce sperm we call it as spermatogenesis, and to produce egg we call as oogenesis. And then the sperm and the egg, which is both is haploid, fertilized to form the zygote, which is diploid. And then the zygote will undergo mitosis and then become mass of cell, and then the cell will undergo differentiation and finally become individual we call as human. Alright, so let's check it out. What is human reproductive system? So for human reproductive system, now today we're going to focus on male, right? So for female, we're going to discuss on the next video. So focus on this. Okay, so this is the entire structure of male reproductive system. Okay, and then the process producing sperm is called as spermatogenesis. And here is female reproductive system, and process producing the egg we call as oogenesis. And these both is gametogenesis. Okay, as we know, sperm is the gamete for male. Okay, sperm is the male gamete. So in your syllabus, you should know the structure of sperm. Mature sperm we call as spermatozoa. So boleh nampak dekat sini the structure of spermatozoa. So spermatozoa is a term used refer for mature sperm. Okay, spermatozoa is referred to mature sperm. Okay, so for mature sperm, it can live in the female reproductive tract for 48 hours. Right, so here the detailed structure. Okay, actually it can be divided into 4 main structure. First is the head. Second is the neck. The third one is the mid piece, or in some books say middle piece. And the fourth one is the tail. Okay, so for mature sperm or spermatozoa, it must have all these 4: the head, neck, mid piece, and tail. So now focus on the structure of head. In the head of sperm, it must have the acrosome. Okay, acrosome. What is acrosome? Acrosome is large vesicle that differentiate from the Golgi body. Okay, acrosome is the vesicle that differentiate from the Golgi body. And the most important thing to know, the acrosome will contain the enzyme. Okay, acrosome will contain the enzyme, or specifically hydrolytic enzyme. So this enzyme will help the sperm to penetrate the egg. Okay, and then in the head have the structure of the nucleus. Okay, next at neck. At the neck, this structure is important to connect the head of sperm and the entire body, which is the mid piece and also the tail. And in the neck structure, it is made up of the 2 centriole. Okay, the neck is made up of 2 centriole. Now proceed to the mid piece. Okay, as you can see here, mid piece contain mitochondria. A lot of mitochondria found in the mid piece. The mitochondria, as you know, is a site for cellular respiration. So the importance, the sperm must have high number of mitochondria is to supply for the ATP. Okay, next is the tail. So the tail of the spermatozoa is made up of the flagella arrangement. Okay, the flagella arrangement is 9 plus 2. Microtubule arrangement, okay, is not flagella, sorry, is 9 plus 2 microtubule arrangement. And the importance of the tail is for motility and locomotion. Alright, so for all this part, okay, the nucleus is the most important parts which only this area will fuse, will fertilize with the egg. Okay, boleh faham maksud saya? Daripada banyak-banyak structure pada sperm ni yang akan fertilize dengan egg, yang akan combine dengan egg adalah structure of the nucleus. Okay. It's okay kalau tak faham lagi, nanti kita akan tengok for the next video. So hopefully you can able to draw the structure of the sperm. It has the head, and then the head have acrosome, the nucleus, and they have neck that consists of the centriole. Then they have the mid piece which consists of 1000 mitochondria, and then the tail from the microtubule. Then the acrosome has the enzyme to penetrate the egg. The nucleus is the haploid cell which is going to be fertilized with the egg. And then the neck, the structure to connect the head and the entire body of sperm with the piece which consists of mitochondria, the function of mitochondria to provide energy in form of ATP. And then the tail, okay, this is for the locomotion of sperm. So for male reproductive system, okay, they have three important parts: the testis, ducts, and accessory glands. So male reproductive system will have all these three: the testis, which consists of seminiferous tubule. So here is the testis. So the testis will have the seminiferous tubule. Mana seminiferous tubule? This one. This is seminiferous tubule. Okay. And then ducts. Okay. Ada banyak ducts. Ada dua jenis ducts sini. Okay. We have the male will have the epididymis and also the vas deferens. So both of these is referred to ducts. And then accessory gland. Okay, three important accessory gland. First is the seminal vesicle. Bila kata gland, dia mesti involve dalam secretion. And then prostate gland here, and bulbourethral gland here. So boleh nampak seminal vesicle, prostate gland, and bulbourethral gland. The name for bulbourethral gland is Cooper's gland. Alright, so as you know, male will have pair of testes. Okay, the male will have pair of testes. What is important of the testes? Very important, because the spermatogenesis will take place in the testes, or in specific, the spermatogenesis will take place in the seminiferous tubule. Okay, and then at the testis is the place where the male sex or hormone produced, which is the testosterone. Jadi testosteron dia juga terhasil daripada di testis. Dia tak terhasil dekat tempat lain. Dia terhasil di testis. Okay. So the testis will have many long, highly coiled of seminiferous tubule. So this is testis, and then the cross section of testis kita boleh nampak ada tubule yang sangat panjang dan dan highly coiled. So this seminiferous tubule is a specific place where the spermatogenesis occur. And then as you know, the testis of the male, they are outside of abdominal cavity. Maksudnya dia berada dekat luar daripada badan, dan dia akan dilindungi oleh struktur yang dipanggil sebagai scrotum. Dan menyebab bila dia berada di luar abdominal badan, okay, dan dilindungi oleh scrotum. So menyebabkan suhu testis adalah 2 darjah Celsius lebih rendah daripada body temperature. So ini adalah penting untuk production of sperm. Okay, so maksudnya dia perlukan suhu yang tak boleh panas sangat. Kalau kata badan kita adalah 36, so memandangkan dia berada dekat luar daripada badan, dia akan jadi dalam 34 macam tu. So that's why ada fact yang katakan lelaki tak elok pakai yang terlalu ketat atau sebagainya, yang berada di tempat panas, mandi air panas, sebab dia akan mengganggu spermatogenesis. Okay. And then the interstitial space between the seminiferous tubule are Leydig cell. And then the Leydig cell will produce testosterone and other androgen. So kita boleh nampak sini. So here is the seminiferous tubule. Okay, here is the seminiferous tubule. Okay, and then the interstitial space. Okay, ini adalah Leydig cell. Adanya Leydig cell. And then the Leydig cell, apa dia punya function? Dialah yang akan secrete testosterone. Okay, and then kita juga ada Sertoli cell. So Sertoli cell ada dekat mana? Sertoli cell akan berada di sini. Wall of seminiferous tubule. And the Sertoli cell is important because the function is to nourish the spermatid. So the Sertoli cell akan bekalkan nutrien kepada spermatid. What is spermatid? Immature sperm. Dia akan bekalkan makanan kepada immature sperm sampailah spermatid mature, detach dari seminiferous tubule. Okay, and then that it will secrete fluid to provide a liquid medium, then enable movement of sperm. Okay, so here kita boleh tengok balik. This is detailed structure. This is called the interstitial cell. Okay, also known as Leydig cell. Here is the Leydig cell. Function dia apa tadi? Kita dah kata secrete testosterone. Sertoli cell nourish the spermatid. And then here is the seminiferous tubule di mana berlakunya spermatogenesis. And then, okay, the fluid that eject from the male body is called a semen. Okay, fluid yang terkeluar daripada penis of male, kita panggil dia sebagai semen kerana dia ada sperm and ada secretion. Sorry. So the secretion, okay, the liquid is actually from the seminal vesicle, prostate gland, and bulbourethral gland. Sorry. Okay, here, detailed structure, and then the function of male reproductive structure. Epididymis. Sorry. So testis is the structure where the sperm is produced and the sex hormone has been secreted. Then when the sex hormone, when the sperm is being produced, then the sperm will go to the epididymis, where the sperm will be stored and the site for maturation. Okay, after that, the sperm will transfer to the vas deferens. So vas deferens is actually macam laluan untuk membawa sperm itu. Kemudian, selepas dia dah lalu all the ducts, dia akan pergi dekat, the sperm akan melalui gland. The first gland yang dia akan lalu adalah seminal vesicle. So this seminal vesicle, apa yang dia ada? Dia akan ada contribute 60% of semen total volume. So seminal vesicle dia akan secrete thick, yellowish, alkaline and contain mucus, fructose, enzyme, absorbic acid and prostaglandin. So maksudnya sekarang ni, sperm tadi yang telah dihasilkan daripada testis, dia duduk sekejap dekat epididymis, kemudian dia akan melalui vas deferens, and then dia akan melalui seminal vesicle. Di seminal vesicle akan secrete fluid. Yang fluid ini mengandungi, dia punya ciri-ciri dia adalah pekat, sedikit kekuningan, and then dia punya pH adalah alkaline, dan dia adalah jenis bermucus. Dan dalamnya ada fructose, ada enzim, and also ada prostaglandin. And then, so kenapa benda-benda ni penting? Sebab fructose, okay, from the fluid tadi, fructose ni adalah to nourish the sperm. And then for prostaglandin, this is to stimulate contraction of female reproductive tract and help the semen of the uterus. So maksudnya nanti after ejaculation, prostaglandin ni penting supaya berlaku contraction pada female reproductive tract dan sperm itu tidak terkeluar semula. And then this prostate, selepas melalui seminal vesicle, okay, dia akan melalui prostate gland di sini, okay, di sini. So dekat prostate gland ni sama juga, dia akan secretkan fluid juga dan fluid ini adalah sifatnya alkaline. Kenapa alkaline? Because this is important to neutralize the acidic environment of vagina. So vagina, dia punya pH adalah acidic. So to make sure the sperm able to survive in female reproductive tract, so that's why untuk male dia akan hasilkan fluid yang yang bersifat alkaline. So benda ni boleh neutralize the acidic environment of vagina and then the sperm bolehlah survive. Kemudian selepas daripada prostate gland, dia akan turun pergi ke bulbourethral gland di sini. So at bulbourethral gland, memandangkan gland tetap akan berlaku secretion. Bulbourethral gland akan secrete mucus. So mucus ini penting untuk apa? Untuk neutralize acidic urine. Sebab kita tahu laluan untuk urine dan laluan untuk sperm adalah yang sama. So di sini berlakulah secretion of mucus untuk neutralize any acidic urine, remain in the urethra and lubricates the penis, facilitating its penetrate into vagina. And then go to the urethra. Here is the urethra, warna biru ni. Okay, drains both urine and semen. Then the penis is penetrate into vagina. Okay, so again, the summary of the pathway. Sperm is produced in seminiferous tubule in the testis. And then the sperm will be stored at the epididymis. And then this is the place the sperm become mature. Then the mature sperm then will go to the vas deferens, will conducted to the vas deferens. And then the sperm will pass by the seminal vesicle. Seminal vesicle will secrete the semen, okay, the fluid, the thick yellowish alkaline fluid. Why? This is to make sure the alkaline fluid is to make sure that the semen, that the sperm able to survive in female reproductive tract. And then they go to the prostate gland. So for prostate gland, again dia akan secretkan alkaline punya fluid, okay, to neutralize acidity of the female reproductive tract. Atau kita panggil kata neutralize acidity of vagina. And then they go to the bulbourethral gland, where this gland going to secrete a mucus. Importance of the mucus, one of that is to lubricate the penis. Okay, and then finally the semen, which consists of the fluid secretion by all these three glands, and also the sperm will go to the urethra and then will be ejaculate. Okay, will be ejaculate. Okay, spermatogenesis. What is spermatogenesis? Spermatogenesis is a process production of sperm. And as I have mentioned, it occurs in seminiferous tubule in the testis. So ini testis and then dia melibatkan seminiferous tubule. And then, okay, how about the process? Ini kamu wajib hafal. Okay, and kamu kena tahu dua jenis diagram, the first and the second type of diagram. Okay, so this is the seminiferous tubule and this, okay, the cell is the Sertoli cell. And then here is represent the cell, okay, in the seminiferous tubule. So lain appearance dia, lain dia punya term. Okay, let's start. Actually, spermatogenesis occur during embryogenesis. Maksudnya untuk sewaktu proses nak buat embryo tu, okey, lepas berlakunya fertilization and then terhasilnya embryo, waktu itu dah bermulanya proses spermatogenesis. Okay, it start when the spermatogonial, it start with primordial germ cell. Okay, it undergo mitotic division and also differentiation to become spermatogonial stem cell. So the spermatogonial stem cell is actually diploid cell. Okay, and then the spermatogonial stem cell will undergo mitotic division. And also, mitotic division is to produce more spermatogonial stem cell, untuk hasilkan lebih banyak spermatogonial stem cell, and at the same time, it undergo differentiation. So, now the spermatogonial stem cell is known as spermatogonium, also diploid cell. And then the spermatogonium may undergo mitotic division and also undergo differentiation. And the product is primary spermatocyte, which also 2N. Right? Why 2N? Start from primordial germ cell 2N until primary spermatocyte still diploid, because all the nucleus division involved is mitosis. And as you know, mitosis is a process of nucleus division to produce two daughter cells, which the daughter cell have same chromosome number as parent cell. So if the parent cell is diploid, the daughter cell also diploid. And then all this occur bila semua ini berlaku masa dalam keadaan fetus stage. So, bila dilahirkan baby lelaki, dalam seminiferous tubulnya dah ada primary spermatocyte. Okay, boleh faham? So, bila lahir, seorang bayi lelaki lahir, dalam seminiferous tubulnya dah ada primary spermatocyte. And then, when it reach puberty, maksudnya apa tu? Bila dia sampai ke peringkat umur akhir balik, apa yang berlaku pada primary spermatocyte? They may undergo meiosis 1. Undergo meiosis 1. And then, complete the meiosis 1, it may produce two daughter cell. And this daughter cell known as secondary spermatocyte, which is haploid. Okay? Primary spermatocyte undergo meiosis 1 and produce secondary spermatocyte, which is haploid. And then the secondary spermatocyte will complete the meiosis 2 and forming 4 daughter cell, which is known as spermatid. Okay, spermatid. And then the spermatid, as you can see, the spermatid has 2 stages. This is early spermatid, and here is the second stage of spermatid. Okay, ini spermatid yang dia dah matang sedikit. So this spermatid will be nourished by the Sertoli cell. So Sertoli cell akan bekalkan makanan, akan bekalkan nutrien until the spermatid detach from the seminiferous tubule. Bila dia detach daripada seminiferous tubule, namanya dah jadi spermatozoa atau juga dikenali sebagai sperm. Okay, boleh dapat? Okay. Kita repeat balik. It's okay. Okay, kita repeat balik. I think kita fokus kepada sini Okay. Alright. Okay, let's start again. Spermatogenesis is a process producing sperm. Occur in seminiferous tubule of testis. It starts since the fetus stage. First, the primordial germ cell in embryo will divide by mitotic division, means undergo mitosis. Mitotic division is referred to mitosis, and at the same time undergo differentiation to become spermatogonial stem cell, which is diploid. Spermatogonial stem cell undergo mitotic division, to produce more spermatogonial stem cell, and at the same time undergo differentiation to form spermatogonium, also a diploid cell. Then the spermatogonium undergo mitotic division again, and at the same time undergo differentiation. So they produce a cell called primary spermatocyte, which is diploid. So all these occur during fetus stage. When the baby is born, the male baby, the boy, will carry primary spermatocyte. And then when they reach puberty, the primary spermatocyte will undergo meiosis 1 and complete the meiosis 1 to produce 2 cells of secondary spermatocyte. It produces 2 cells which called as secondary spermatocyte, and this secondary spermatocyte is haploid. And then secondary spermatocyte undergo meiosis 2 completely and form 4 cells which known as spermatid. The spermatid will undergo differentiation and get the nutrient from the Sertoli cell. Then the spermatid will detach from seminiferous tubule and become spermatozoa, which is the mature sperm. Hopefully you can remember the stages. And look at this picture. Okay, so here, okay, is referred to Sertoli cell. This one is referred to spermatogonium. After spermatogonium is primary spermatocyte, then secondary spermatocyte, and then secondary spermatocyte is early spermatid, and here is the spermatid, and finally the spermatozoa. Okay, again the same thing. Alright, so next is role of hormone in spermatogenesis. So production of sperm is actually melibatkan regulation of hormone. Ada hormon yang benda tu adalah regulate by the hormone. So the hormone tak banyak pun dalam lelaki, hormon yang kamu kena ingat. Okay, GnRH, FSH, LH, then testosterone, and also ada lagi satu lah, inhibin. So memang tak banyak, beberapa hormon sahaja. And for hormone, you need to know the gland that secrete the hormone, and also the target cell for the hormone, and of course their function. Remember, bila kita cakap tentang hormon, kamu kena tahu 3 benda. Pertama, what is the gland secrete the hormone, or cell that secrete the hormone. Second, the target cell of the hormone. Kat mana hormon tu akan pergi? Kat mana dia punya sel sasaran? And then the function of the hormone. Okay, let's start. Okay, this is basic thing. Okay, hypothalamus. Hypothalamus ni ada dekat mana? Our brain. They will secrete hormone called gonadotropin releasing hormone. Gonadotropin releasing hormone, atau in short form is GnRH. So this hormone, GnRH, will stimulate our anterior pituitary gland. This is hypothalamus. Then the release GnRH, the GnRH will stimulate anterior pituitary gland to secrete two hormone. Okay, the first two hormone, which is the follicle stimulizing hormone atau short formnya adalah FSH, dan juga luteinizing hormone LH. So these both hormone, okay, the target organ or the target area is in the testis, but different cell. For FSH, the target cell is the Sertoli cell. So this FSH, the target cell is Sertoli cell. This hormone will stimulate the Sertoli cell to facilitate sperm development. Macam mana? Maksudnya FSH ni akan menyebabkan dia akan stimulate Sertoli cell untuk keep nourish the spermatid. Bagi makanan dekat spermatid. So cepatlah spermatid tu akan jadi macam sperm. Itu maksud dia. And then how about LH? LH pula, dia punya target cell is the Leydig cell. Ingat tadi, Leydig cell is interstitial cell between the seminiferous tubule. So this Leydig cell, the function is secrete testosterone. So LH will stimulate Leydig cell to secrete testosterone and other androgens. So this testosterone, it in direct way will promote spermatogenesis. Bila makin banyak hormon testosteron, makin lajulah, makin galaklah proses spermatogenesis berlaku. Okay. So what is importance or the role of testosterone? So testosterone the role is for primary sex characteristic and also secondary sex characteristic. Testosterone promote primary sex characteristic. Apa tu primary sex characteristic? Development any anatomical parts of the body which are involved in sexual reproduction. So maksudnya dia akan melibatkan contohnya adalah yang melibatkan, kita akan nampak dengan jelas lah sexual bahagian badan yang terlibat dengan reproduction. Okay, development of parts yang memang terlibat dengan sexual reproduction. Contohnya kalau lelaki melibatkan dia punya organ, dia punya testis, dia punya penis. And then secondary sex characteristic, this testosterone will promote growth of body hair, growth of facial hair, increase muscle mass and strength, enlarge of larynx, which is the edamaple, and deepening of voice. So testosteron ni lah yang menyebabkan lelaki lebih banyak bulu berbanding perempuan. Dia ada misai, janggut, and then dia punya muscle pun lebih kelihatan. Then dia ada halkum, and then suaranya lebih garau, lebih besar. So semua ini adalah disebabkan oleh testosteron. So that's why kalau macam orang itu testosteron level dia tinggi, hari ni dia shave, esok dia kena shave balik. So itu menunjukkan yang testosteron dia tinggi lah. Kalau testosteron dia tak berapa tinggi sangat, suara dia pun tak akan dalam sangat. Suara dia akan lebih feminin, lebih halus. And then hairy pun tak banyak sangat. Maksudnya bulu-bulu dekat muka tak akan banyak sangat. Okay? So kita tengok role of hormone in spermatogenesis macam tadi. Okay. And actually the process of spermatogenesis pun perlu dikawal. Dia taklah berlaku yang memang dia berlaku continuously sampai tua, sampai mati pun ada proses ini sampai maksudnya hingga akhir hayat seseorang lelaki proses spermatogenesis ini berlaku. Tetapi masih ada mekanisme untuk kawal dia to control the sex hormone production in male. So the mechanism to control ini namanya adalah negative feedback. And then the high level of testosterone regulate blood level of GnRH
FSH and LH. And then the FSH causes Sertoli cell to release peptide hormone called inhibin. So the inhibin will directly tell the anterior pituitary gland to lower down secretion of FSH. Okay. The role of hormone in spermatogenesis. Hypothalamus in the brain will secrete gonadotropin releasing hormone or called as GnRH. GnRH then will stimulate anterior pituitary gland to secrete follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. The target area for FSH and LH is at the testis. The target cell for FSH is the Sertoli cell. FSH will stimulate Sertoli cell to facilitate development of sperm, okay, or facilitate the spermatogenesis, because Sertoli cell will nourish the spermatid. LH will stimulate the Leydig cell to secrete testosterone. So, testosterone, in direct way, it also will promote spermatogenesis. So, the spermatogenesis rate will increase. But then, they have a negative feedback mechanism to control the spermatogenesis. The first way is the Sertoli cell will secrete inhibin. This hormone, it will send the negative feedback to anterior pituitary gland. So anterior pituitary gland will reduce the secretion of FSH. Then automatically Sertoli cell is less stimulated. So the spermatogenesis rate reduce. And then the second way, the testosterone itself will send the negative feedback to hypothalamus to lower down the secretion of GnRH, so that anterior pituitary gland will less stimulated. And then this testosterone also directly will send the negative feedback to anterior pituitary gland to lower down the secretion of FSH and LH, so that the spermatogenesis rate will reduce. So that's all for this video. See you in the next video. Bye.